So I'm starting off with a Smashbox primer, more silicone base to blur my pores, and then I went in with the Becca Evermatte primer in my T-zone to stop sweating and moisture and oil. Now I'm just prepping my brows, but before I actually do them, I'm going in with my translucent powder from Laura Mercier and deep on my skin. This is my first time doing this. I actually did this to, try it out. It's supposed to blur my pores more and stop more oil from coming through. So now I'm using the Fenty foundation in 440, and I'm using this all over my face. As you can see, it looks a little orangey yellow, but it blends in pretty much with my undertone. It's the perfect undertone for me. So once it settles down, it starts to blend in more with my actual complexion. But I couldn't really tell that while I was doing it. I wasn't sure, and I don't know if it was the translucent powder that I used under my skin first, or if it was the beauty blender, how I was blending it or what, but it was just making it super patchy. So I went in with this dense buffing brush, and then I'm going back in the middle of my face to add in a little more foundation where it picked up off the beauty blender and made it patchy. As you can see, I was getting really irritated. Like I said before, I wasn't really sure if the color was blending in person. It didn't look exactly like this on camera as it does in person. So I just was like trying to get it down my neck and on my ears and all that stuff just to make sure it actually looked correct on my body and matched the rest of my body. So now I'm just going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This isn't something new that I'm trying out. It's just the concealer I'm using today. It's in the color Fawn. I wanted a brighter under eye, so that's what I'm going for. And I'm also going to put that in my T-zone, on my cupid's bow and my forehead, all that stuff. Even blending this out with the beauty blender, like I said, I wasn't sure if my beauty blender was super wet and I just didn't bring it out as much, or if it was actually the translucent powder I put on before I put on my foundation, because even this was coming out a little patchy and it was picking up the product instead of blending it out. And I did have to go back in with the brush like I did with my with my foundation as well. So now I'm going back in with my Laura Mercier powder in deep, and I'm just going to use that to balance out the contrast of the really light concealer with my skin, just to give it a little bit of a color balance, so I still get that lighted, highlighted effect that I wanted, but it doesn't look too different. And I'm just brushing a little bit of that away and then putting excess powder on that I had left over on the brush on my lid. So I'm starting to do my eyebrows with the the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in Ebony. I think it's the darkest color. I tried a lighter color, but it just, I don't know. I couldn't see it on my skin when I was doing my makeup. It came out good in pictures, but I don't know. I like dark brows because it matches my hair and it just looks the cleanest to me. So yeah, I'm using the Brow Wiz. This isn't a new product I'm using. What's going to be new is the technique with the translucent powder, the foundation, my eyeshadow that I'm using, as well as my lipstick and my mascara. But yeah, so I'm just blending out my concealer, and I only put the concealer under my brow. I don't really go over my brow and shape that part because I like the messiness of the hairs being out of place or just being feathery. It just looks the most authentic to me. I like that look, so I never go over my brow. If I do, it's to fix the tail or something like that, but I never completely make my brows look carved all the way out, just for a more natural look. So now I'm just going in with a mascara in black from Wet n Wild. This is just a basic mascara that they have. It's like $2 or something like that. I always use mascara instead of brow gel or whatever, just because I think it looks the best. And it works for me, like I said, because my brows are really dark, so it doesn't like mess them up or anything. And then I'm going in with this brownie purpley color in the Dream Street palette from ColourPOP and Kathleen Lights. It looks pretty good. I'm using a more blown out crease brush to distribute it all through my eye. To the above my crease and in my crease, so I can make it look more blown out. I'm also dispersing a full range of color through my inner and outer corner. I'm not focusing on one end or the other because I want it to look super blown out and messy, so this color can show through under the color I'm going to use next. So now I'm just using that second color. It's the pinkish orangey color that's in the palette. I believe it's called Sweet Dreams. I really like this color, but it wasn't really showing up on my eye the way I needed it to, so you're going to see me building it up a lot, and then you're going to ultimately see me go back in my crease with a darker color, more pinkier color. That's going to be from the Modern Renaissance palette, because this color wasn't really giving me what I needed. I wanted a really bright and vibrant pinkish look today, but that was also smoky and blown out, and it wasn't really doing what I needed it to do, so I ended up just going for the Modern Renaissance palette to help it out. As you can see, as soon as I started putting that color from the Modern Renaissance palette on my lid, it showed up immediately. I didn't have to work as hard to get it to come through on my complexion. And I'm not really sure if the color itself was just not coming through on my complexion as I wanted it to, or if it was, like I said, my complexion, or if it was the color itself just not working as much. While I'm not being very particular about how I'm distributing the colors, but I am making sure to create that winged effect on my outer corner to give it that winged effect. I don't do eyeliner typically because I don't know how to do it, so I try to do my eyeshadow in that winged effect to just give my eye that shape without having to do the eyeliner. And now I'm just going back with that ColourPOP color Sweet Dreams on my lid to give it a more ombre effect. And it's more of a monochromatic look now. It wasn't really my intention, but I think it came out pretty good. It was very blown out and very smoky, but all from the same color. And I'm using all three of those colors on my under eye, just to match and so my eyes don't look too heavy at the top. And like I said, I'm giving my eye that cat eye effect by connecting my lower lash line and my upper lash line together to give it that cat eye look. Now I'm just taking my foundation powder from like Radiance. Is in the color Ebony, and I'm using it as like a sort of bronzer to warm up my face, to put the depth back into it from all the highlighting and stuff that I did with the concealer and the powder, translucent powder. So I'm just putting that all around the perimeter of my face. For now, I'm going back with my translucent powder to try to clean up the sides of my eyeshadow look, to just give it a better effect so it looks cleaner on the sides. Like I said, I was being really messy because I wanted a blown out lip. And now I'm just going to finish it all off with my De-Slick from Urban Decay setting spray. I'm using my beauty blender to go back and push the product into my skin and fuse all the different parts together to give a more gradient blended out effect, just so it just looks more seamless. Now I'm going in with the Jackie Aina Diamond Glow Powder and Le Bronze, and then I'm going to top it off with the Peach. It's going to cut off because I didn't realize my camera cut off, so you're going to see the finished look in my update. Thanks. Okay, so this is the finished makeup look. I did check-ins and stuff throughout the day. Like in person, it don't look bad, but then when I was just in my bathroom, like my makeup looked orange. I don't know. But looking at the makeup, I like it, but I don't know, like I said, I look kind of orange in person, like when I was in my bathroom, but like throughout the day when I was like looking in my camera, when I was taking pictures, it wasn't really bad. Like it didn't really look bad. As I sweat, it like brought out more of an inner glow. Like I haven't blotted all day, and it hasn't really broken up around my cheek area or like my chin or my forehead where I got sweaty. It's just on my nose, but it broke up like immediately when I was even doing the makeup on my nose. So, but it hasn't changed since whatever it looked like when I left out the house. Like I said, when I was spraying it out, like the Fenty, it just, with my beauty blender, it just didn't like look right. I don't know what was going on with it. Maybe I was blending wrong, or I had too much water in the beauty blender. I don't know, because it also was weird with my concealer. But until I put my Fix Plus on, like not Fix Plus, I use Urban Decay De-Slick. When I put this on my face, that's when I was like, oh, like, and then I used the beauty blender to like let it fuse together. It looked way better because it was kind of like, not ashy, like powdery, because I was trying to cover up the fact that like my foundation wasn't on smoothly. And I don't know if that like had anything to do with me trying the translucent powder trick, like underneath the foundation and then put the foundation on top, or if it's because I didn't use a brush. But I don't know, like when I started buffing it with the brush, it looked a little bit better, but it just didn't do what I needed to do. Like I said, it didn't look better until I put the setting spray on. So overall, like it held up pretty well throughout the day. Like my foundation's still good, my eyebrows are still on, my lipstick is A1. Like I love this 0.0 I use all the time, but the all work perfectly. 0.0 is like my best topper. I love 0.0. I wear that with everything. Like if I want something to look a little, if it's too like bright, I'll mute it out with 0.0. If it's something's too dark, I'll lighten it up with 0.0. So overall, my foundation and my eyeshadow look really good. Oh yeah, the eyeshadow. My eyeshadow, I like the palette, but it was okay. Like I had to brighten up the color with Sienna from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I used the Dream Street palette. And this pink color here on the side, this pinky orange color, what is it? Sweet Dreams. I love the way it looked, but then when I put it on my, like I was trying to build it in my crease, and it wasn't really like building the way I wanted it to. It wasn't showing up like I needed it to. So I had like put Sienna over it and flushed it out, and then I put this Sweet Dreams color on my lid and like blended it with Sienna, and it came out way better. But Sienna definitely overpowered it. These eyeshadows are like, they have a lot of kick up, but they were pretty good. But you can definitely tell the difference in quality when I put like my brush in the Modern Renaissance and when I did this. So like these are pretty good. This palette is pretty good. I definitely would use it again. I just need to use different combinations of colors because like I said, the colors wasn't really coming up. But yeah, so this palette is really good. I loved it. I used Jackie Aina's highlighters together. This highlighter is like, I used this highlighter before, but like only once before. And I haven't done my makeup in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like not even once. So I've just been at work and stuff. But these highlighters are everything. I'm scared of these highlighters. Like they so fucking bright. Like not bright like they don't match, because they match my skin so well. It's like the dark skinned girl's version of like that blinding, reflective, glowy, like silvery highlight that you would see on like pale girls. When they put it on, you're like, oh shit, that shit like a mirror. Like this is like that on my skin, the bronze. And then I put the peach over top of it, like a little bit. I got like carried away with the highlighter so bad, because I was just like, it looks so good. And then I looked at the mirror, I'm like, okay, now my skin is like orange, like not orange, like it's like definitely the bronze was like all over my face, because I just kept just piling it on. So I muted it out, like I went back over with my like foundation color to try to make it look a little more natural. So I'm like, girl, you ain't going nowhere. But yeah, so that's it. My little, I guess, test of new products that I used today. I've been out for about 4 hours. I left my house around 5, and now it's 9:30. Yeah, so I've been out for like 4 and a half, almost 5 hours. Not that bad. In the hot sun. I was driving, granted I didn't have to catch a bus or walk really anywhere, but it was pretty hot today. So yeah, that's my review. So thank you for watching my video, and have a good